2 million years ago, a creature did something no animal in the history of this planet had ever done before. It took raw food and placed it over fire. It sounds simple, but that one small act may be the reason our brains grew larger than any other species on Earth. It may be the reason we became us. Look at the animals around us today. Chimpanzees, our closest genetic relatives, eat their fruit raw. Lions tear into raw meat. Even crows, some of the smartest birds alive, never learned to control fire to prepare a meal. Not one species besides us has ever mastered cooking. And that's not because they're not smart enough. It's because cooking demands something extraordinary. You have to understand how fire behaves. You have to control it. You have to plan ahead, gather fuel, and protect the flame. And above all, you have to wait. Most animals eat the moment they find food, because in the wild, waiting is dangerous. Hesitate, and someone else takes your meal. But humans did the opposite. We learned to delay gratification, to endure the wait in exchange for something better. In the 1990s, primatologist Richard Wrangham proposed an idea now known as the cooking hypothesis. He argued that the true turning point in human evolution wasn't hunting, and it wasn't walking upright. It was fire. Cooked food dramatically increases how much energy the body can absorb. Raw food takes enormous effort to chew and digest. Cooked food is softer, easier to break down, and the body extracts far more calories from it with far less work. That saved energy had to go somewhere, and it went to the brain. The human brain consumes about 20% of our total energy, despite making up only around 2% of our body weight. Cooking works like pre-digestion. Instead of the stomach doing all the heavy labor, fire does it first. The energy we save gets redirected to fuel a brain that kept growing larger and larger. This isn't just theory, the fossil record backs it up. The teeth of Homo erectus are noticeably smaller than those of earlier ancestors. Their jaws shrank, their jaw muscles weakened. That's a clear sign they no longer needed to grind through tough, raw, fibrous food all day long. Their stomachs and intestines shrank too, because there was no longer a need to ferment and break down large volumes of raw material. The energy once spent maintaining an oversized digestive system was freed up and redirected straight to the brain. Here's the part that really drives it home. Researchers have calculated that if modern humans tried to survive on an entirely raw diet, the way chimpanzees do, we would need to chew for several hours every single day just to get enough calories to power a brain this size. For most of us, that's simply not realistic. Cooking didn't just change what we ate, it changed how we spent our time. Once we no longer needed the entire day to chew raw food, we suddenly had something new: free time. And that free time became the birthplace of something that separates humans from every other species on this planet. A fire wasn't just a place to cook. It was the first place where humans sat in a circle together, where they talked, told stories, taught their children, planned tomorrow's hunt. Some anthropologists believe language and culture itself may have taken root right here, around the flickering light of a campfire. Cooking wasn't only about the stomach, it was about society. Fire pulled people together, it offered safety through the night, and it created the very first space where humans gathered, not just to survive, but to belong. 2 million years have passed since someone first got close enough to a flame to change everything. What began as a simple act of survival became the foundation for a bigger brain, a more complex society, and eventually, for us. So next time you're standing in front of your stove, think about this. You are doing the exact same thing your ancestors did 2 million years ago, and it's the very thing that made our species the smartest on Earth. If you want more, subscribe and hit the bell. Don't miss what's coming next!